Testing the mic. We're here again, chat. Yes, we're here again, better, and we better be better than we were the last time, right? Yes. The camera is working properly, I promise. The mic, lovely, excellent. So, now as you see the title, is just vibing, not, you know what I mean? Just vibing today. You know what I'm saying? Just vibing out. So let me welcome all you to the show without any further ado. Let me welcome you all to the show. Alright, where we going? Join the movement. Alright. So guys, let me show all you. I'm gonna put on the camera real quick. I'm gonna do this thing with this camera real quick. Hold up. It's on. Let me just add it to the source now. Come on. Where are you? Okay, so maybe I need to exit here. And maybe it shall come on here now. So guess what? Working on it. Alright. Hold on, where is it? Are you kidding? Where's my okay then. What? Oh no, what does this say? What does this say? Video capture. Y'all hearing anything, chat? I ain't nothing. I ain't even seen an indication to turn this up. Oh, maybe here. Oh! Happy May-Day, man. That's what I'm talking about. Happy May-Day! Happy May-Day. That's what I was looking for. Something to cheer up the family. 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 Happy May-Day. 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 Happy May-Day. Repping the greens. Happy May-Day. Repping the greens. Happy May-Day. Green Sarah. Global. Happy May-Day. Green Sarah. Global. 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 And it's that. Let's go. And if you could play our next tune again. Wait, where's the other one? Where is it? Him. Oh, hold on. Happy May-Day, repping the Greens family. Happy May-Day, repping the Greens family. Hit, 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 hit. Hold on. repping the greens, we repping the greens, we repping the greens, we repping the greens. All who repping greens and put some flags in the chat. All who repping greens, put some flags in the chat. All who repping greens and put some flags in the chat. All who repping greens and put some flags in the chat. What we just do on Mayday, what we just do on Mayday really and truly. Not just vibes and chill. And to the family, repping the greens. Like and share the video. What we have to do on Mayday. Mayday for family. Hey! Maydays for repping the greens. Maydays for showing off the culture. Maydays for it's for showing off the culture. Alright. Maydays for showing off the culture. So this is what we've been working on for the past few days, I would say. Right? I think we did. Do we take yes. Did we? If we haven't, we shall. We will. But on WhatsApp family, all you come on in, share the video. We're repping the greens, 365, showing off the culture, repping vibes and chilling. What we doing? What we doing today? Talk to me. Talk to my chat. How most people does enjoy Mayday? Let's see. I really and truly can't tell all you, but before we get into the video, let me introduce all you to the Gucci of the Caribbean. You know what I mean? The brand, the lifestyle. Alright? Let me show all you how the thing go. Watch it, eh? So this is an eco-luxury lifestyle brand leading the green world with sustainable media and fashion since 2016. Alright? Picking it up, eh? The song, I'm picking up the song. I'm picking up the song.
Oh. Which one?
Maybe both of them.
The music or the script?
Maybe both of them. Maybe both of them.
I will put on my phone and it will turn on later.
Hold on, let me put the mic on this side. Glenn, just chill for a while now. Give them the intro. I ain't start the video yet.
I ain't watching. Just must slip out in the kitchen.
Well then, take a bucket and walk and go over some.
I done.
Yeah, so are you ready for the intro now? Big and serious. Alright, cool. Here we go. Make me tell you all here about the eco luxury lifestyle brand, Greens Era, right? Eco luxury lifestyle brand, Greens Era. Right. Looking good. I ain't looking too bad here, right? Good. This is okay. All right. So this is an eco luxury lifestyle brand leading the new green world with sustainable media and fashion since 2016. I am the owner, entrepreneur, fashion consultant, DIY jewelry and crafting teacher. I am your teacher, right? And your host, Greens, well done Green, right? So this is our location here. If you want to find us, um, to basically Lundy's handmade jewelry, hands-on, right? If you want to learn to make them hands-on, you want to find a crafting corner, you want to find um, our office, if you want to find our factory, if you want to collaborate, this is our location. Alright? Hold on, let me fix this. Let's fix this. Because it's not supposed to be saying that. What it's saying now. So let's fix it. Yes, you're watching the Reppin' the Green show. Right? Live stream on Greens Era's YouTube channel. Right? Right? Boom. So ready to go on ahead with your life? I'm going to tell all you about the show now. During the show, every subscriber who leaves a comment during today's stream gets their name written on the studio wall. In the back of me, see some sticky note. Right? That's where we put in the names. Alright? So get the when we reach 1800 subscribers, artists, we're doing an artist collaboration big and serious. Every subscribe next, number 3, every subscriber who sends a PayPal donation during today's stream gets a free bracelet made during stream. My only PayPal is Greens Era GD. Y'all get that? Is it big enough? Can you see it? Can you see it clear enough? Is it clear enough? Is it clear enough? I think this is good enough. This is good enough. It's here. Alright? Alright, boom. A little too much so. Nice. This working for me. This working for me, chat. Nice. So please subscribe, turn on post notification. Let's get straight into the Reppin' the Green show. I definitely just thought about this scene right here, you know. Think about the Reppin' the Green show scene. Yeah, maybe I should turn this. Where is it? No. The Reppin' the Green show scene. Well, this is kind of the Reppin' the Green show scene. Right? But what about this scene? What about this scene? Where's my fix my? What about this scene, chat? What about this scene? Could this be the Reppin' the Green scene? But anyway, this is supposed to be the scene I'm supposed to introduce y'all to follow me on Twitch, because we was on Twitch last night. We did an amazing show last night, right? Right, chat? Chat, who was here last night on Twitch? We did so much on Twitch, hours and hours on Twitch, reacting to from videos on YouTube, reacting to Freezes it talking about did a birthday celebration for Sinful P. So happy belated birthday Sinful P, or happy belated Strong to Sinful P. Yesterday was your Strong, gone but not forgotten. Your legacy shall ever live on, through other representatives of the lifestyle like Freeze It, Andre Taylor, everyone who you talked about and you introduced your whole audience to. Everyone who you introduce your audience to, we your fans appreciated the network. I myself appreciate the network. I still locked into Andre Taylor. I still locked into Freezes It. I still locked into the game. I still listening to music in the lifestyle. I still stay listening to Freezes It again. I still listening to Gorgeous Dre. I still listening to so much names to call, eh? I'm trying to remember. Hold up. General P, GTP. I don't say so much name to mention. Donna Cherry. Wow, so much names to mention, guys. It's amazing what you did for the game. It's amazing what you did for the lifestyle. And again, your legacy shall ever live on. I will always be speaking about you in my videos. I would always, be giving acknowledge to you wherever you deserve it. Giving you your roses, giving you... Like, for example, streaming for me, guys. This position was always mastered by him. He mastered streaming long time ago. Listening, I remember listening to Sinful P for hours and hours and hours. I basically came on to Sinful P, I would say 2015. 2015. I think I even messaged him on Instagram and he replied. Wow. Yeah, I remember messaging him and he replied. I showed some acknowledgement to the game and share my story why I end up listening to him and how I'm gonna stay locked in. You dig? So W Sinful P. The wisdom he applied also was impeccable. He's a genius when it comes to from lifestyle of the streets to biblical knowledge to music. He introduced us to all different types of music, from gospel music to music of the lifestyle, old school music, And then You know, he also um, his stories was very interesting and intriguing, things that anybody could have learned from. You know, I remember listening to stories of him um, protecting a female in the lifestyle, you know, and he had to basically um, put himself in danger just to be able to save the girl life, which was obviously hot, hot, like selfless, selfless. It's very selfless to do something like that. You know what I mean? Put yourself in danger, put yourself in risk for somebody else's life. You know what I mean? So listening to his story, I could have always relate because, you know, repping the greens big and serious, right? So we always, you know, looking to model ourselves with others, compliment others, you know what I mean? And see ourselves and others too, you know what I mean? Because success is a lonely road, but you'll get one on one to, you know, to basically mesh with. And what he also taught me to really tie this in is basically when the Almighty say to study to show yourself approved, he didn't say to study the lifestyle. He didn't say to study Christianity. He didn't say to study the game, how to be the biggest juggler, how to be the biggest pimp, how to be the, the best prime minister, how to be the best athlete, how to be the most highly spiritual. He didn't say to study, you know, he didn't say to study anything specific. Alright? He didn't say to study anything specific, so with that said, when the Almighty say to study to show yourself approved now, he cannot open my eyes to see a great reality in terms of the non-biasness within the Almighty, how the Almighty does see things and how he has put things in place to test people. And obviously, the weak will fall, the strong will rise, but that's why he put certain things in place to basically separate the sheep from the goat. You dig what I'm saying? That's why I always like, you know, to praise him for that, because he know for sure those who won the race, but you have a lot of people who ain't win ish, right? They ain't winning nothing, but they want acknowledgement. You want acknowledgement talking about they win some race. You win nothing. Nothing. So big up to Sinful Peter is one thing I could tell you that I learned from him. And you know, I must say we could all learn from him. Check out his content, right? Check out his content. Subscribe to his channel, right? Freezes it is still governing his channel, so you can still go up there, watch the channel, make your contributions to the channel. I still think you could become a member of the channel. Still think you could become a mod of the channel, because the channel still goes live. And again, it freezes it who governs it. Freezes it is his bro from a long time. He always talks about freezes it. and I'm happy to see how Fizz is it like bringing his content and Sinful Peace content. He's managing it well, and I like to see. I'm motivated by the way how he does everything. You know what I'm saying? And I would definitely like to interview him one day. I would definitely like to meet him one day. That's why I did the reaction. Certain people like already watch and lock into. That is the type of reactions I want to be doing on Twitch. You know what I mean? When we on Twitch, or come follow me, Green's Era on Twitch. When we on Twitch, we reacting to the game, we reacting to music, we doing all kind of things that we can't do on YouTube. And one thing I realize is that I shouldn't fear that, because when it's a transfer to YouTube, you have an option on Twitch. You could either download it, or you could, upload it straight away. And of course, it's problems if you upload it straight away. So why not download it, edit it, cut out the parts, and make a nice combination for the people. Yes. Yes. So that's what I plan to do with my recent Twitch stream from last night. Because you have so much uncommonness. You have so much parts in it that, you know what I mean? And I realize I get to be myself more on Twitch. Yeah, I get to be myself more on Twitch, man. YouTube have too much of restrictions and ish. YouTube got too much restrictions. Too much restrictions. Restrictions. You can't do this. You can't do that. But anyway, as I said, happy birthday to Sinful P. Much love from heaven, from earth to heaven, from heaven to heaven, from heaven to earth. And it's that. Keep doing your thing. Keep inspiring us to your works. You know what I'm saying? May your work stand out more than the enemy's works. You know what I mean? More than ever. No, more than ever. May your work stand out more than the enemy's work. Now more than ever. So yeah, guys. Welcome. Welcome to the Reppin' the Green show. You dig? I want y'all to also join the movement. Join our movement. Be a part of equal luxury, baby. Luxury, baby. By helping us spread the awareness about the state of creativity and the community. We need you. We need you. Caribbean, we need you. The world, we need you. The world needs you. Sustainability. So yeah, happy May Day, happy May Day, happy May Day. Happy May Day, happy May Day, happy May Day, happy May Day. Happy May Day, 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 happy May Day. Whoa, 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 whoa. Nah. Hold up. Yeah. So ready? To react to some videos. Where is it? videos, videos. I don't want you to never let it go, never let it go. Videos, videos. I never want you to let it go, let it go. Videos, videos. Huh? Ba-da-bop, ba-da-bop. So hold on. That is Mayday. The Crafting Corner Live. Happy Mayday. Just vibing. Repping the grains. Yo. So yeah, we wanted to basically find out what is this Mayday all about. Hold on. Let's go Google first, man. Go Google first. Go Google first. Let's check out this Mayday, man. Wow, I can see it right here already. A distress signal using the word Mayday. Help us, Lord. Mayday is a. Y'all seeing this? Hold on, I'm gonna change my screen. I'm gonna change where I'm at. I'm gonna change where I'm at. Let me change where I'm at. Video. Alright, so boom. Y'all seen this? Perfect. Mayday is a European festival of ancient. Oh, let me get my sheets. Oh yeah, boy, give thanks. Hold up, chat. So yeah, as you see, we just vibing. Gotta do some research though. If you don't know nothing, I don't know what we vibing on now. You gotta vibe on information too, man. I could not vibe on information. Information is vibes, man. In the chat, information is vibes. So let's go. Alright, cool. How we looking? Slick. Right. Mayday is a European festival of ancient origin marking the beginning of summer. Interesting. Who's summer? Summer for the masqueraders? Like jump up and wave time? Carnival time? Or in American summer when they say the snow is gonna melt down now. Like you're gonna get some nice sunshine now. Like this is the time when all they're gonna get some sunshine. Or they ain't gonna all they had to get up and get now. Now is the time to get up and get because all it was inside for the whole time. The snow was falling for the whole time. All it was inside, all it was caught up, all it was hardly making any currency, and all it was making it hard for the rest of the world. No, boom. No, all they got like a sunshine. No, boom. What they plan to do now? Get up and get, because the rest of the world depends on y'all. The rest of the world depends on y'all. Okay, that kind of summer? Alright, cool. Usually celebrated on May, 1st May, 1 May. Why didn't put May 1st? Why did they have to put 1 May? That's AI doing. AI, you serious? That's AI. AI, what are we doing sometimes? But anyway, around halfway between the northern hemisphere's spring equinox and midsummer solstice Festivities may also be held the night before, known as May Eve. So the summer coming in and we had to try and eat up the food now before. I'm just kidding. So it's continue. May 1st, May 1, celebrated in many countries as a traditional springtime festival or as an international day honoring workers. Okay then. Big up to all the workers. Woo, woo, woo. W's. Hold on. W's to all the workers in the house. Ooh, ooh. Securities. Supermarket people. Who does watch me? School teachers. People that clean the drain and pick up garbage. Hail up. Who else? Hard working people, boy. People in the hotels. Hail up. Hard working people, boy. I talk about the people in the hotels like the chefs, it is calling people who just clean up the room. The people that clean up the room in the hospitality. You know what I mean? The people in the bars. Ooh. Even the vendors doing pop-up shops, man. And it's that. Hail up. You all don't work too hard and complain tomorrow. You know? Today's May Day. Try. If you had to work easy. You have people who celebrating workers today. So work easy, work lightly. You get me? Work easy, work lightly. By the way, guys, I just see this in my eye. Let me just show all you. Because you're talking about workers. I just invented a new bracelet. Let me just show you. This bracelet has no adjustment like this. Y'all seen it? Look at it. It's just slip on your hand. Look at this. Slip on your hand and squeeze together like so. New invention. W's. What do you think? What do you think? Made to fit any wrist. You know what I mean? W's. Alright, remember we did some rings the last time? Boom. Did a bracelet recently. Who's anticipating a DIY for this bracelet? Who's anticipating a DIY for this bracelet? W bracelet? Yes? Yes? Come on, man. She say, somebody say W bracelet. Somebody say W bracelet. Hold on, somebody say more accessories. More accessories. More accessories. Alright, cool. Take a look at this anklet. That's what I've been doing recently. I'm showing you all what I've been doing recently, alright? Check this out. Hematite in front. Black with ice green and gold. W's or L? Is it a W or L? 473. Come on, I thought you had to move better than that. Come on. Get it. Nice. I think you can get it now, right? 473. 073 on the front. Clear and white beads, right? Macrame style, anklet. Number 2. Then we have a bracelet. Tell me I'm missing a bracelet. Hey! So yeah, oops. What do you think about this one? Clear bracelet with ice green and gold beads in between. Bracelet. Hard work for the workers. For the workers. Right now, our company would love to collaborate right now because campaigning for the workers. Look, for the workers, you deserve this. For the workers, you deserve this. For the workers, you deserve. By the way, new arrangements in the background. What do you think about the Grenada flag and the America flag flying high? High. High. High, 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 high. Should we leave this here? Sometimes I think certain things are unnecessary. It's like blocking too much. Like, chill. I think we got this, and then nice. This looks better. Boom. Going ahead with life. Next. Hold on. We ain't done it. This one. Ah! Ow! I hope I didn't damage the computer. Because this is gemstone. This is, you know, this is rocks, baby. This is better than diamonds, man. Look how heavy this is. Chat, this is heavy, chat. Similar to mine, you know, but this one has double macrame. You can see this? Double macrame, chat. W's, chat. Oh gosh. Alright? W's. Right, boom. What do you think so far? So far, so good? Let's go back and read some more. So yeah. Let's see how she pronounce it. How would you pronounce this if you was a 5-year-old?
Mayday.
Okay. Mayday. May 1, celebrated in many countries, as I said, Springtime Festival, or as an international day honoring workers. Big up to all the workers. You know what I'm saying? What is Mayday? Alright, so hey, let's go back to YouTube. Back to YouTube. Let's see how people celebrate. No, let's go to Instagram. Let's see how people celebrated May Day today. Let me see how people celebrated May Day today. Who's interested? Who has posted for the day? Wisdom. What is this? Interesting. Art. That's art. The razor bill. Chat. What is this? The razor bill? This is just art. It looks like a cocoa. Wow. It looks like a cocoa. Hold up. You have more. Oh, it's a bird. It looks, so it's like a bird. Right? We see the bird. Interesting. 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 We are the bird people. Interesting. 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 Interesting chat. Where we at, Nip? Okay, so this is me here. I posted this recently. Those are my new anklets, guys. If you haven't seen them yet, check it out. If you haven't purchased it, I think this one, the yellow is sold. The red is sold. Is the red sold? No, the yellow is still there. The red is sold. The yellow is still there. The red is sold. The green is still there. Let's go.
Who is me to challenge Peter David?
Okay, now we have
But
Nick
hear me
Mac
now.
exposed.
What would be the negative effects of keeping the truth silent?
Nick Mac
And you can think
473.
about many
Let's
different
go.
negative effects. With that being said, let's jump straight into the story.
Alright.
In the month of December 2024, I visited Honorable Peter David's office. He was absent.
Alright.
And I left a survey.
True.
Now, between December 2024 and March 2025, I made a subsequent visit to Peter David's office.
Interesting.
And up to today, I haven't been able to touch base with him. Recently, he had a meeting with the people of Crowshoe, St. Andrew.
Interesting.
Which is the village that I was born in. Now, I want the people to know that a few weeks ago, posted a video with the hashtag that says, "Join the revolution." All of a sudden, Peter David came out from out of the blue and saying, "Join the movement."
Huh?
Now, due to the fact that he have a copy of the survey, months we still waiting on a response from him. Actually, I've even explained to one of his secretaries that
This is so funny.
my intention for conducting the survey was to go visit Pope Francis. Even Bishop Harvey is fully aware of that fact. I sent him a letter requesting funding to purchase a ticket to go visit Pope Francis. And that was long before Pope Francis got sick. Bishop Harvey ignored me. I know officials, priests, and lawyers have busy schedules. But what bugs me the most is to see Peter David today busy campaigning, trying to gain leverage. But the people have to know the truth. They have to know what's up with the National Pioneer Revolutionary Party and how we are being ignored by people in high places. And I don't know what is the reason. However, even the NNP administration, they are also aware of some of the things that we are doing. For example, in the month of November, we sent every youth candidate invitation letters to a meeting. Now the NNP administration found out about
Shaq, can you pause
what
this?
we were doing.
Pause. Yes. Pause. Pause. Let me go for some juice. Pause, man. Pause, man. Pause, man. Hold up. Hold up. Anything getting juicy, man. This is juice, man. This is straight juice. I liking this. Let's go. Hard-working people, boy. Hard-working people. What them trying to do, hard-working people, chat? What them trying to do, hard-working people, chat? Hey, going. We going ahead with your life? Going ahead with your life? There we go.
And they grab some of the youths and put them on their platforms, trying to undermine our movement. So people, as you see, we're trying our best to advocate for what's right, and we're being faced with apathy and bureaucracy. No, Peter David and all the politicians in Grenada are fully aware of the condition of the Lamu River and who is responsible for the pollution. And for over 30 years, no one had what it takes to stand up to the owners of the pig farm and say, look, enough is enough. This is to show you that most of these politicians, they are for their friends and not for the needs of the ordinary man. And that is corruption. You know what I mean? Whether you believe it or not, that is corruption. So rather than addressing the issues or siding with the National Pioneer Revolutionary Party and advocating for some of the things that we know is beneficial to the ordinary man, rather than supporting us for the cause, they're running doing busy campaigns. They're running all over the place doing campaigns and ignoring us in the process. Still preaching unity. Now, how could you be preaching unity, right? When you can't even respond to a survey, or when you're refusing to respond to a survey. Now, Peter David, my father worked with you for 28 years. Actually, he started working with your father since my mother got pregnant with me. So I believe, and so I think it's morally right for you not to ignore me, but at least give me a listening ear. Because when my father died, he died poor, right? After working with your father for over 28 years. And today, I'm reaching out to you for over 28 years. And today, I'm reaching out to you to get to gain insights on the best way of moving forward. And rather than giving me a listening ear, maybe it's out of fear of losing credibility among Grenadian people. I don't know. But don't preach unity when you know it's not really about unity. And same thing goes to the NNP administration too. Stop fooling them youths. And NNP youth, I don't blame you for what you're doing. Because if you knew better, you would have done better. So I agree with you. Although I personally know that the campaigns that they are doing are meaningless, outdated, and now you guys are looking like a bunch of fools. All right? And you're preaching unity. Stop fooling the youths. This is not about unity. You have a green party and the other side have a yellow party. What's unity in that? Where's the unity in that? And as Peter David stated in a couple of his interviews. None of these parties were created in Grenada. And if you think deeply, they do not care about the interests of the ordinary man. Okay, people, the last 40 years wasn't nice for Grenada. And if we continue to supporting who we like, rather than supporting somebody for a worthy cause, then the next 40 years would be worse than the last 40 years. So use all your head and stop supporting people because you like them. Support people who are standing up for what's right and advocating for what's right. Let's not continue to be hypocrites. What we had for the last 40 years was top in the mud politics. When NDC win one term and then become win two, and the cycle continue for 40-something years, 30-something years. So it's on us, the people, to get out of that cycle. And one of the ways to do that is to ensure that another party get in a position where they could advocate for what's right. Right? So a lot of things that have been overlooked for the last couple of years, let's not let that happen for the next couple of years to come. Let's do what's right. And remember, the National Pioneer Revolutionary Party is in town. And we forced to say, join the revolution. And tell Peter David you don't have no other movement in Grenada more than New Movement Entertainment.
Hold on.
Some people...
That's the same one? Hey, yo, big ups to Nick Mac. Suppose those are trying by. Suppose it's channel.
Just cut the leaves of tiger lily into small pieces. Let the cuts dry, then plant as many as you like, one for each pot. They root so easily, way easier than growing moth orchids. You just take a leaf down. Cut 2 knives at the bottom of the blade. Stick it in the broken bark. Remember to spray water to moisturize. 1 leaf can grow into a whole new plant. Want to grow lemons? Just grab a few cuttings. Cut a 20 centimeters section. Just find a piece of foam and stick it in. Soak it in water, wait for half a month. Once the roots grow, you can plant them. Bougainvillea is even simpler. Cut off a branch, scrape a few wounds. The wound was buried halfway in the soil. Where the
Peace and wellness, family, and welcome to our very first transmission of our Monday Musing series, where, as I hinted in last Monday's video, we're going to be talking about that middle ground between knowing better and doing better. Not just exclusively in terms of health and wellness, but in general terms of well-being. Because if it's one thing you're always going to hear me repeating is that it's all connected. One of my pet peeves is when people take things in silo, when they try to extract little bits and pieces of a really complex puzzle and treat with something in isolation. Life doesn't work like that. If we look at the tiniest animals, the tiniest plants, everything is in an ecosystem. That's why they say famously, no man is an island. In as much as you try to do things alone and all by yourself, at some point you realize that teamwork really does make the dream work. So, to avoid the risk of going down that rabbit hole, let's just get back on track with what we're talking about today, which is radical self-love. And I say radical self-love and not just regular love because it's been my observation, and you can tell me if you feel the same way, that people throw around the word love very loosely, in my humble opinion. A lot of the times it's said, I guess just out of habit maybe,
Facts.
because it's societal
Love versus respect. Put it in the chat. What matters most to you? Love or respect? Let me see what my chat's saying. Love or respect? Let me see how much of y'all saying love. Let me see how much of y'all saying respect. I'm gonna probably put it in the chat. Oh my gosh. All right. Let me know. Now we got that done. We can get back to the show.
conditioning. Sometimes people say it and they might feel to themselves that it's something that they mean. But when we examine what the action of love is supposed to do, it really isn't that. And I'm not just speaking here about romantic love, partner to partner love,
Fast.
the love we
Talk
have
to
for
me.
our child or for our children, but love in general.
Yes.
And so I want to add that root word radical in front of love,
Okay.
because what we're going to be examining today really has to be that. It can't just be something you say out of your mouth that you love yourself or that you love your children or that you love your partner, you love your community, and then there's no action behind it.
Right.
That's just a meaningless thing that you say, or something that sounds really pretty, but it really
does.
counts for naught. And so when I say
Facts.
radical self-love, and self-love specifically, I've realized in my own personal journey and in speaking to so many of you guys that love really is as cliche. Peace and wellness, family, and welcome to our very first transmission of our
That's
Monday
all.
Musing series.
We need more.
Where,
we need
as
more.
I hinted in last Monday's video, peace and wellness, family, and welcome to our very first transmission of our Monday Musing series, where, as I hinted in last Monday's video, we're going to be talking about that middle ground between knowing better and doing better. Not just exclusively in terms of health and wellness, but in general terms of well-being. Because if it's one thing you're always going to hear me repeating, is that it's all connected. One of my pet peeves is when people take things in silo, when they try to extract little bits and pieces of a really complex puzzle and treat with something in isolation. Life doesn't work like that. If we look at the tiniest animals, the tiniest plants,
Pick up justjuicegrenada.com. Interesting. Interesting. Is she a Caribbean?
I'm on a search for something real. Currency. I send a currency, yo. Next time I say I change my life. I'm here. You know I see you, baby.
She's nice. She's good. Big up to all the hard workers. Repping the grace. Okay. good. Okay, that was the first one. Okay. Tough. Labor Day, happy Labor Day 2025 from the Prime Minister's office and Deacon Mitchell official. Yeah, wave the flag, wave it. Happy Labor Day, happy Labor Day, Grenada. Hold on. I don't want to embarrass myself, but should I say the national anthem? The national anthem. Hail Grenada, land of ours, we pledge ourselves to thee. Heads, hearts, and hands in unity to reach our destiny. Ever conscious of God, being proud of our heritage, as we courage, aspire, build, advance, as one people, one family. God bless our nation. W's. Happy Labor Day, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Labor Day 2025 celebrating our nation's workforce. Today, we honor the hard-working men and women across Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique who form the backbone of our economy and the heart of our communities. Since taking office in June 2022, this administration has remained committed to building a more equitable, right, just and supportive work environment for all. We are proud to have signed several collective agreements with key unions, including the Grenada Union of Teachers, GUT, yes, the Public Workers Union, PWU, yes, Grenada Technical and Allied Workers Union. I don't know which one of them is for Greens or boy. The Grenada Maritime and Intellectual Workers, that one sounds more like me, huh? And the Prison Officers Welfare Association. Interesting. We had to check this one out, child. I find this one called we name. We need to be a part of a union, a workers' union for the intellectual workers, the creative workers, the scientists at the nation, right? And that is us. That is us. And is that. These agreements reflect our ongoing commitment to fairness, dignity, and dialogue in the workplace. As we move forward, we reaffirm our dedication to empowering workers, protecting rights, creating meaningful opportunities that allow every citizen to thrive. Happy Labor Day to all. Your contributions move this nation forward. And start Liberty 2025, empowering our people. Visions to
Our boutique textile workshop offers a culturally immersive experience that goes beyond just textile making. As you see with Gabrielle carefully selecting Adinkra symbol stamps at the beginning of her journey, each design choice carries deep cultural significance. Watch as Mr. Ralph, one of our textile experts, guides Gabrielle through every step of the process with personalized attention. Our teachers collectively bring over 25 years of specialized experience creating these textiles in Accra, Ghana. Their expertise is evident as they teach precise techniques for wax resistance, perfect placement of batik designs, determining exact wax temperature and pressure needed for stamping, and the art of layering dye to create stunning two-color batik cloth. Gabrielle received a hands-on, detailed experience from instructors who combine extensive practical knowledge with formal education in the craft. This workshop truly embodies the living skills of African textile tradition passed directly from true experts to students. If you happen to be in Accra and want to have the same immersive, detailed hands-on experience with our skilled instructors, schedule your workshop today and learn from our master makers. Our boutique textile workshop offers a culturally immersive experience that goes beyond just textile making. As you see with Gabrielle carefully selecting Adinkra symbol stamps at the beginning of her journey, each design choice carries deep cultural significance.
World Tai Chi Day. Big up to GTCC and Chief Yudi Wang Sen down at the youth center. You dig? World Tai Chi Day. 5 days, 5 hours, 6 minutes ago. Okay. Culture. Tai Chi culture, the Chinese culture. Okay. Okay, I'm a homie. Okay. Gotta have balance, guys. Gotta have balance. I'm sure. Gotta have balance, chat. Gotta have balance, chat. Gotta have balance. Hold up. I'm gonna show you. How I does do it. I'm gonna show you. Yeah, like this, sir. Again. I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I better look at Chinese man too, Rick. Yeah. So don't play with me, don't mess with me. Yeah. 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 Oh, oh, oh. 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 What else? What else? No, I don't want to do that one. That I look like. I don't want to. I don't want to do that one. 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 That one looks too simple. That's simple. That's simple. That's simple, child. I don't want to do nothing simple. I'll do something like, how did he do that? I could do it too. I could do it too. And you can do
Good
it too.
energy is the true currency. That's the real wealth. That's the real abundance. That's the real riches. How riches are. A lot of times they make it seem like riches lie so far away from us, outside of us. We have to chase it. When really it all comes from here.
Facts.
So we're all electromagnetic beings, right?
Facts.
Which means that we're all vibrating at a certain frequency.
Facts.
Everything else around us is vibrating at a specific frequency too. So wouldn't that mean that if you're vibing high, then the beautiful things are then attracted to you?
Facts.
Good energy is the true currency. That's the real wealth. That's the real abundance. That's the real riches. How riches are. A lot of times they make it seem like riches lie so far away from us, outside of us. We have to chase it. When really it all comes from here. So we're all electromagnetic beings, right? Which means that we're all vibrating at a certain frequency. And everything else around us is vibrating at a specific frequency too.
Facts.
So wouldn't that mean that if you're vibing high, then the beautiful things are then attracted to you?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Yes. Perfect explanation. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell all you, I'm gonna tell all you the real meaning, the real explanation to what to be rich is. What to be rich? What's the difference between rich and wealthy? Alright? So hopefully y'all stop saying rich. Stop saying all they're rich. Because y'all not rich. Y'all are wealthy. Study. Check it out. So, to be truly wealthy is to be happy, healthy, and prosperous. Let me repeat. To be truly wealthy, right? To be truly wealthy, you and I must be truly happy, truly healthy, and truly prosperous. That's to be truly wealthy. Right? So now, the contrary is that you have to have a lot of money. That's rich. You know, but then I'll tell you something. You could have a lot of money, right? You could spend it out. It could all vanish by tomorrow, right? But guess what? If you have knowledge, wisdom, understanding, the things what bring about money, you see why you could gain it all back. You could always gain it all back, and you know what I'm saying. You can live your life again and again and keep living. But if you're rich and you lose all that you have, you ain't got nothing else. You got nothing to gain, nothing back. If you're wealthy, truly wealthy, you have your happiness, you have your health, you have your prosperity, you have your mind, you have your beautiful mind. then you can attract anything you want in the world. So yeah, happy Labor Day. Happy May Day. You dig?
But did fix the code. A certain man feel like he's a boss. I could be one of the wickedest basketball. But he's so bad. Fry your mother. I tell you in front of everybody. Yes. To bad mind. Bad mind fraud fucking man. Like.
Tell us about the code.
The code is there and nothing doing on it.
Come, tell me all about the code.
You're playing pan. I say you can't play pan because pan, steel pan is always it. Yes. You have a gym with Marco Pan, run, exercise, swim. That is done, bro. You can't old more than years and thing, and you go dead. I need a fucking code. But did fix the code. A certain man feel like he's a boss.
I'm here at the canal. In the canal, and I am just so proud when I take a look and I see my people enjoying this canal, being able to experience the power of water. I'm just so proud, and I can't wait to see the second, third, fourth, fifth canal complete, because this is bringing water. This is bringing life to our people. Canala pat kampe. That's right. E08. All right, I'm gonna go back to swimming with the kids in the canal. I'm here at the canal. In the canal, and I am just so proud when I take a look and I see my people enjoying this canal, being able to experience the power of water. I'm just so proud, and I can't wait to see the second, third, fourth, fifth canal complete, because this is bringing water. This is bringing life to our people. Canala pat kampe. That's right. E08. All right, I'm gonna go back to swimming with the kids in the canal. I'm here at the canal. In the canal?
In the canal?
And I am just so proud when I take a look and I see my people enjoying this canal, being able to experience the power of
up and active, fully active. It's a breakfast in the background. Someone deal with that. I want to show the ones I want to look at shots though. Yeah man, them turn out good now. And I know I'm thing this, you know, madder roots and little fruits, the color of the thing. Yeah, and guess how I'm gonna get this yellow? Guess now? Me use little curry, yes. Una curry chicken and me a curry clothes. See the difference? Nutritious clothing. Anything where you put on your skin, it goes right within. So make sure you treat your largest organ right and proper. Adjust copper. Yeah.
Wow.
Up and active, fully active. It's a breakfast in the background. Someone deal with that. I want to show the ones I want to look at shots though. Yeah man, them turn out good now. And I know I'm thing this, you know, madder roots and little fruits, the color of the thing. Yeah, and guess how I'm gonna get this yellow? Guess now? Me use little curry, yes. Una curry chicken and me a curry clothes. You see the difference? Nutritious clothing. Anything where you put on your skin, it goes right within. So make sure you treat your largest organ right and proper. Adjust copper. Yeah.
Bro, up to Jamaicans. Who is this? Alright. Ultimate mate, full 7 dream mate. Oh, wash down. Tough.
What's going on, people? Carnival don't even start yet and I playing mass already. Why? Morning routine, rhythm drop. You check me? And the people start loving it already. Pick up the Grenadian people, pick up the fans and supporters. Spec Jones, pick up yourself again. Just check out how the people start responding to it. Then we check it out. Freedom!
Time to get loose, time to get loose, time to get loose, time to get loose.
Time to get loose. Next 2025. We outside. Man, big up yourself, man. Pull on, Jay.
What is up? Don't know the definition. Before moving along the word, job is unknown.
Pull up. And we yo. We find it.
1, 2, 3, neighbor. Freedom. You know the job. If you didn't know, now you know. If you didn't know, now you know. About job is more than just so long on the road. Time to get loose, so here we jump up and down in the name of freedom. Back like on me and you know the job. I going out for the carnival. Drink a drunk a fall. Sleep and wake up in front me and bed and head out there for the mass. Creating a phenomenon. Time to get loose, carry on. Time to get your phenomenon.
Copper is not only a conductor of electricity, but also spiritual energy. Copper is antibacterial and antiviral. Copper is used for water purification. Copper miners were said to have never experienced arthritis due to its ability to fight inflammation. Wearers of copper bracelets and rings have similar experience. Copper is governed by Venus and is directly linked to Friday as well as all 7 chakras. Copper has grand elder energy. Copper is not only a conductor of electricity, but also spiritual energy. Copper is antibacterial and antiviral. Copper is used for water purification. Copper miners were said to have never...
You'll see
I'm
that.
in a 3-age
Maybe
reveal.
something different.
They finally got me! But this won't stop a real liar like me from spreading misinformation. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. But look at that. 83,711th most popular. Everyone go boost me. I'm trying to hit #1 by my birthday. I'm in a 3-age reveal. They finally got me. But this won't stop a real liar like me from spreading misinformation. Yeah, I'm gonna keep going. But look at that. 83,711th most popular. Everyone go boost me. I'm trying to hit #1 by my birthday. I'm in a 3-age reveal. They finally
What? Hmm?
Oh. I'm unstoppable. Break down. Only alone I will cry. You'll never see.
Now I die when I know. I'm gonna send it down. I big, that's tough.
I don't know why this girl just wanna go up a journey. I don't know why this girl just wanna go up a journey. I don't know why this girl just wanna go up a journey. I don't know why this girl just wanna go up a journey. I treat it Johnny Fanani. I treat it Johnny Fanani. I treat it Johnny Fanani. I treat it Johnny Fanani.
Yo, Dreadline here for Soul Collective. This is the Bata. Check it out on YouTube now. You know, we outside this summer. Music coming for days, I tell you. Yeah, we in Japan and we doing it wet.
I don't know why this girl just wanna go up a journey. I don't know why this girl just wanna go up a journey. I don't know why this girl just wanna go up a journey. I don't know why this girl just wanna go up a journey. I treat it Johnny Fanani. I treat it Johnny Fanani. I treat it Johnny Fanani. I treat it Johnny Fanani.
Yo, Dreadline here for Soul Collective. This is the Bata. Check it out on YouTube now. You know, we outside this summer. Music coming for days, I tell you. Yeah, we in Japan and we doing it wet.
After 60 days of growth,
Olivia coming.
I don't know why this girl just wanna go up a journey. I don't know why this girl just wanna go up a journey. I don't know why this girl just wanna go up a journey. I don't know why this girl just wanna go up a journey. I treat it Johnny Fanani. I treat it Johnny Fanani. I treat it Johnny Fanani. I treat it Johnny Fanani.
Yo, Dreadline here for Soul Collective. This is the Bata. Check it out on YouTube now. You know, we outside this summer. Music coming for days, I tell you. Yeah, we in Japan and we doing it wet.
A big tune.
I don't know why this girl just wanna go up a journey. I don't know why this girl just wanna go up a journey. I don't know why this girl just wanna go up a journey. I don't know why this girl just wanna go up a journey. I treat it Johnny Fanani. I treat it Johnny Fanani. I treat it Johnny Fanani. I treat it Johnny Fanani.
Yo, Dreadline here for Soul Collective. This is the Bata. Check it out on YouTube now. You know, we outside this summer. Music coming for days, I tell you. Yeah, we in Japan and we doing it wet.
Ready for YouTube reactions?
I don't know.
our farrow cabbage is finally ready for harvest. And this is our cabbage bounty for today. The cultivation of purple cauliflower dates back to ancient times in the Mediterranean region and is believed to have originated from Sicily. This is one of the fastest growing brassica vegetables that you can grow. This is known as kohlrabi. Wow. This is known as radicchio, and it's a classic in Italian cuisine. This plant belongs to the endive family, which is also related to chicory, and these are notoriously slow growers. This variety of lettuce is known as oak leaf lettuce, and it's one of the best varieties to grow in the winter and springtime. This one's massive. Here it comes, all its roots. Wow, holy moly. This thing is humongous. What a beauty. These 14 broccolis were grown in less than 1 square meter of space. After 60 days of growth, our farrow cabbage.
A scam? I built this brick by brick. No, I'm just kidding, but it really breaks my heart that some of you guys have been taken advantage of in the space when you're only trying to find healing. If you're new here, hey, but over here, we're very transparent and we hand make everything. And every single ingredient that we use in our products is on the back of our labels, and we start with love. One thing I don't play about is my customers, okay? I got y'all back through and through. Can you believe that we've been in business for almost 7 years? I know my last video with my pawpaw is going viral, and yes, our magnesium butter really works. That is one product that we can't keep on the shelves. Please be careful with getting your herbs, products, and magnesium just from anywhere. I spent almost 3 months finding the most potent and pure magnesium chloride on the market. It's only been a year since we released our magnesium collection, and we have received so many testimonials, and we're just getting started. Our overall rating is 4.9 stars with over 3,000 testimonials for our whole entire storefront. That's impossible to achieve if you cheat and scam people, and that's just not us. We have a product for just about anything, so if you're dealing with something, just go ahead and comment down below and I'll point you to the right direction. I think it's very important to give God the glory. I'm just a vessel. I'm not the one healing you. I'm using God's gifts to help you guys get through. Isn't it so beautiful that God has given us everything that we needed to heal holistically? I want y'all to tap in with us the long way. Turn on our push notifications and subscribe to our newsletter. We send out so many free recipes and free information, and it's the perfect way to keep up with us. And if you're ever in Colorado, pull up on me. I love y'all. Bye. A scam? I built this.
Scooter tours. I think we're ready for YouTube.
To be honest, I wasn't ever really planning on starting a business.
This is exactly what would happen if someone asked to be my boyfriend. Wow, one date was all I needed. I can tell you're the love of my life. Please, can I be your boyfriend? Can I be your boyfriend? Fine, fine. You're boyf now. Not so fast. Ex-crush, what the finna are you doing here? I thought you exploded.
No way, that was too fast. Why did I do that? Shit. That was too fast. Go back. Whew. Just go back already. Tyler and Rikai gets pressed during therapy session. Huh? I need to find on chat. I need to get the fan on. Excuse me. Oh yeah, that's nice. What the? Japan. I want to hear what she was saying, but damn. That was a W video, right, chat? Other W video. Alright, so we're going ahead. We live and we want to check out our Mayday. Mayday, Labor Day, Mayday versus Labor Day. I don't know why I'm typing in that. I'm typing in that. I need to Mayday versus Labor Day. What do you come up with? My Art on Labor Day 2025. Interesting. Wow. W Art. Happy May Day 2025. Happy Labor Day. Happy May Day status 2025 Labor Day 15K. Wow. Wow. Why am I watching this? Jeez.
When a girl loves you, she will be so attached to you. She'll always want to call and text you even for no reason. Sometimes she will be so stubborn with you, but make sure you understand her. When a girl loves you, she becomes a baby and you have to protect her like a dad. If your girl is not like that, maybe you're in the wrong place. When a girl loves you, she will be so attached to you. She'll always want to call and text you even for no reason. Sometimes she will be so stubborn with you, but make sure you understand her. When a girl loves you, she becomes a baby and you have to protect her like a dad. If your girl is not like that, maybe you're in the wrong place. When a girl loves you, she will be so attached to you. She'll always want to call and text you even for no reason. Sometimes she will be so stubborn with you, but make sure you understand her. When a girl loves you,
everything is working out for me. Everything is working out. Everything is working out for me. Working out for me. Working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Working out for me. Working out for me. Everything is working out for me.
Whoa.
Everything is working out for me.
Yeah.
Everything is working out for me.
Yeah,
Working out for me. Working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Working out for me. Working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Working out for me. Working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Working out for me. Working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Working out for me. Working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Everything is working out for me. Working out for me. Working out for me. Everything is.
Ini kurang ajar. Ini Taliban ini biadab yang bertua. Memang kurang ajar. Ini bawa mata layar dulu sini. What you want? You nak gaduh dengan.
Right. History. History of the holiday. May Day. Let's get some in. Let's get some of that in, chat. Let's get some of that in, chat.
May Day is one of the world's most widely observed holidays.
Talk to me.
Globally, it is most commonly associated with the labor movement.
Talk to me.
As such, the holiday may also be known as Labor Day or International Workers' Day. It is marked with a public holiday in over 80 countries. Before we look at why it's associated with workers, let's take a look at its more ancient origins. Centuries ago, May the 1st was a pagan holiday in many parts of Europe.
Wow.
Its roots stretch back to the Celtic festival of Beltane. Beltane marked the halfway point between the spring equinox and the summer solstice. It was considered the last day of winter, when the start of summer was to be celebrated. During Beltane, it was customary to light fires to symbolize the return of life and fertility to the land. During Roman times, May the 1st continued to be a time to celebrate fertility and the arrival of spring. The Roman festival for Flora, the goddess of flowers and the season of spring, was held between April the 28th and May the 3rd. In certain parts of Europe, May the 1st was preceded by Walpurgis Night, a night when witches were said to ride across the sky. To scare off any evil spirits, the locals would light bonfires, as witches apparently don't like smoke. Traditional English May Day customs include Morris dancing, crowning a May Queen, and dancing around a maypole. Morris dancing is an English folk dance accompanied by music. Dating back to the 15th century, the word Morris derives from Morisco, meaning Moorish. The May Queen is a girl selected to ride or walk at the front of a parade, symbolizing purity and the coming of spring. While the origins of the maypole remain unknown, it has been speculated that the maypole originally had some importance in the Germanic paganism of Iron Age and early medieval cultures. On the 1st of May, 1561, King Charles IX of France received a lily of the valley as a lucky charm. He liked it so much that he decided to offer a lily of the valley each year to the ladies of his court. Though it wasn't until the beginning of the 20th century that it became a custom to give a sprig of lily of the valley as a symbol of springtime on the 1st of May. Now let's turn our attention to see why this centuries-old holiday became more associated with the day off for workers. The first May Day celebrations, focused on workers, took place in 1890, after its proclamation by the First International Congress of Socialist Parties in Paris, where May the 1st was dedicated every year as the Workers' Day of International Unity and Solidarity. The date was chosen to mark the Haymarket riots of 1886 that took place in Chicago. This was when a general strike began on May the 1st that year, climaxed 3 days later with the deaths of 8 policemen and an unknown number of workers. The riots proved to be the climax of the social unrest among the working class in America, known as the Great Upheaval. In addition, May the 1st is also the time when we celebrate the widespread adoption of the 8-hour day.
8-hour day? Chat, what's the 8-hour day? Anywho.
In addition, May the 1st
Bro,
is
we
also
can't be
the
watching
time when
myself
we
live on
celebrate
TV.
the
Stop
widespread
it.
adoption of the 8-hour day.
8-hour day? We can't do that, we can't do that. Can't be watching our own selves on TV like that. Happy May Day, Happy Labor Day. I don't know what to say. It's Happy Labor Day. Happy May Day or Happy Labor Day. I don't know what to say. Happy May Day, Happy Labor Day. Yeah. We know all the don't have no time for that. Yeah. What else? Chill. Alright. Come on, we're trying. Come on, we're trying. Huh? We're trying. Hola. Come again, Chababa, you'll get there. You're gonna reach your destiny. As far as the eyes can see. Come on, just fucking. Come on, we'll make my head in. Kick your head in, boy. Kick your head in, boy. Hey. Kick your head in, boy. That's it. Man, kick your head in, boy. Fix yourself. Jeez, man, fix yourself. Tired of it. I'm tired of your body. Tired of your body. I'm tired of your body. I'm tired of your body. I'm tired with you, know. The freak. This damn thing will stay on my. Come and say hi, it's Mayday. Come and say hi, it's Mayday. Come on. I don't understand him. Chill him. Chill out. Chill. Clean the ass. The ass playing. Stay on camera. I gotta keep this camera in. Shit, no. So just keep doing that. Just keep doing that, huh? Just keep acting crazy. Huh? Seriously? You just keep acting crazy? Can't I just stay on vibe with me, chill with me? Huh? You do that? Bumba. Clatty. Bumba clatty. Clatty rasclat. Data rasclat. Data bumba clat. I don't know what to do again, Lord. This camera is another thing. Giving man headache. Call the camera. One thing giving man headache is the camera. I can't tell you it again. It's the camera. Man, I'm telling you it plain. Easy camera, oh gosh. Easy camera, oh friend. Easy camera, oh gosh. Easy camera again. Easy camera, oh. Easy camera, eh. Easy camera. Easy camera. Easy camera. Easy camera. So, if you won't fix, I'ma just leave you like it is. If you won't fix, I'ma just leave it like it are. If it won't fix, I'ma just leave it like it is. If it won't fix, I'ma leave it like it are. If it won't fix, I'ma leave it like it is. No. 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 No, that was messy. What we go do I give it up with this camera again? What we gonna do with this camera again? This camera is just playing off. This camera is playing off. Especially Spank. Oh, Blazer. This camera's playing off. Oh, smack. I want to smack the flicking camera. Wow. 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 Oh, gosh. Stay so. Stay just like that for me, please. I'm begging you. Alright. You gotta respect me, camera. You gotta respect me. You gotta respect me. I tell you to respect me. You gotta respect me, man. Yeah, you respect me, man. You watch this already? You watch this again. And yes, I'm making bracelets. If you didn't know, I'm making more bracelets. If you didn't know,
May Day is a festival that celebrates the arrival of spring on May the 1st. In ancient Greece, they celebrated the festival of Chloris. She was the goddess of flowers and spring.
Interesting.
The ancient Romans also had a similar festival to honour the goddess Flora. May Day is celebrated all over the world. In many countries, it is an important holiday, such as in the United Kingdom, India, Romania, Sweden, and Norway. In the 1900s, May Day became a day to celebrate labour in many communist and socialist countries. They would celebrate the worker as well as the armed forces on this day. Later, the day would become a Labour Day in many countries throughout the world. In England, May Day has a long history and tradition. The day is celebrated with music and dancing. Morris dancers in England wear hats decorated with flowers, suspenders and ankle bells. They stomp their feet, wave handkerchiefs and bang sticks together when they dance. Perhaps the most famous part of the celebration is dancing around the maypole.
Maypole dance.
Children dance around the maypole holding onto colourful
wow.
ribbons.
And it's
People
actually
use
called a
flowers
maypole.
and leaves to make
Are you
hoops
kidding
and
me?
hair garlands, and a May Queen is also crowned on
A
this
May
day.
Queen and a maypole and a
In
wow.
Canada, May Day is celebrated in some parts of the provinces of British Columbia, New Brunswick and Ontario. In British Columbia, celebrations don't often take place on May the 1st, but during the Victoria Day long weekend. It's later in the month when the weather is better. The longest continually observed May Day in the British Commonwealth is held in the city of New Westminster, where the first May Day celebration was held on May the 4th, 1870.
Okay.
Some countries celebrate the night before May Day called Walpurgis Night.
Okay.
These countries include Estonia, Germany, Sweden and Finland.
Interesting.
The celebration is named after an English missionary called St. Walpurga. People celebrate with large bonfires and dancing. Long ago, in the Middle Ages,
Chad,
the
have you been
Gaelic
to one of
people of
these?
Scotland and Ireland celebrated the festival of Beltane. Beltane means Day of Fire. They had large bonfires and dancing at night to celebrate. Some people are starting to celebrate Beltane again. The history of May Day has changed a lot throughout history.
May Day, Labor Day, United Nations, Beltane. Wow. Did we do a Labor Day vlog? I'm gonna check and see. We'll just put greens around and see. Green and red podcast, Papa. May Day celebration 1 day ago. Let me watch it. Because I ain't got no video. Hey, I do? Oh, this is 2 hours ago. This is the introduction to this video. Anywho, let's go watch the GBN one.
Grenadian workers are set to celebrate May Day 2025 under the theme Defending Workers' Rights, Rebuilding Solidarity, Securing Justice and Fairness as we march forward together. May Day, also known as Labor Day, is a time dedicated to honoring workers, reflecting on decades of progress, and addressing challenges still faced in the workplace. This year's celebration shifts to the streets of St. Mark, where workers and union representatives will parade from the St. Mark's Secondary School to the Alston George Park in Victoria on Thursday, May 1st. President of the Grenada Trade Union Council, Andrew Lewis, says the parade will begin at 9 a.m.
We will be going back to the St. Mark's Secondary School. You know, that's where DJ Stunner and others will be taking it down. In Carriacou will be opposite the administrative building in Carriacou. That's opposite the police station, and they'll be marching on to the Botanical Gardens. And there they will be having their own activities. And their march is expected to start at 1 p.m. The march in Grenada is expected to start at 9 a.m.
Lewis also highlighted the judging criteria for the parade competition, noting that there will be 2 official judging points along the route.
Union will be the Grenada Public Workers Union, followed by the Commercial and Industrial Workers Union. Next, the Grenada Union of Teachers. Next, the Seamen and Waterfront Workers Union, the Bank and General Workers Union, Grenada Technical and Allied Workers Union, and the GMMIW, Grenada Maritime and Mental Intellectual Workers Union. So that's the order of the march. There will be 2 judging points. Judging point number 1 will be at Ocean Vibes opposite Jimbo's shop in Waltham. Judging point number 2 will be upstairs Sunset City Enterprise on Queen Street, Victoria. The criteria for judging, the number of workers on parade based on membership, uniformity of workers/members, number of placards highlighting workers/members and national issues, continuous momentum to arrive at the rally grounds on a timely manner, and last but not least, enthusiasm of workers throughout the parade. So these are the criteria for that May Day.
He's urging workers to show up with their placards and use the opportunity to voice their concerns and demand fairness in the workplace.
Shows here, various unions will put out their bus routes, etc. I'm sure that has been ongoing. I know the Technical Allied Workers Union has done that. We have already identified our bus routes, put that out, we have put out our ad, etc. And I'm confident that the other unions have done the very same, right? So for shops, stewards, and people, other members and non-members who are interested in joining a union. If you have not heard anything, call the union secretariats.
Labor Day 2025 is expected to bring together workers from across all sectors in a unified call for justice, rights, and solidarity. Rena P. Thomas, GBN News.
Women continue to break barriers and thrive in non-traditional fields. Some of these fields include engineering, project management, laboratory technician, and GIS technician.
My job is basically to oversee what the contractor are doing, make sure that they follow the drawings and meet the obligations of the contract. So I have to report to the senior project engineer on the daily activities on site, if there are any issues that are observed, and so on. But basically, I have to make sure that everything is done in accordance with the drawings and the contract.
Danielle Monroe is a site supervisor for the Tufton Hall Pipeline Project, an activity under the Climate Resilient Water Sector in Grenada GCREASE project. The construction of additional storage capacity and the replacement of pipelines across different parts of the island is a major activity under the project geared at increasing climate resiliency in the water supply system. Throughout the life of the project, pipe replacement was done in the parishes of St. Mark, St. Andrew, and St. George. In the parish of St. Mark, a 360,000 gallon water storage tank was constructed and several kilometers of pipes laid from the tank site to the town of Victoria, with the official commissioning of the tank held on February 5th, 2025. For Danielle, the experience propels her towards her dream.
So I've been working in the field for more than 5 years now. So it's nothing new to me. And honestly, I don't, like on this side, I don't see myself as, like I don't see gender really. So I won't say it's a challenge for me in any way. It's just like normal, just like a normal working team.
Working alongside Danielle is a dedicated road traffic warden. The traffic warden, Tanisha Ratia's role is crucial in maintaining safety and order during the project's execution.
Well, my task entails directing the traffic, and mainly like when they have fines and backfills that coming in, I have to direct the truck and tell them which parts they should be dropping off the stops and so forth. And basically, it's not that bad because that's my first time on that site, and I'm getting to learn a lot.
Yeah,
and working together with them fellas.
Yeah,
I'm
just
getting
giving
to know
fellas some instructions,
what is
man.
backfill. I didn't know what was that. I getting to know fines. I used to think that was like gravels, normal gravels.
Just tell them what to do.
I getting to know how to lay the pipes and what is the joints, what is the lubricant is all about, and so forth. So it's a very good learning experience for me.
Yeah, man.
Over in the community of Mirabel, several hundred kilometers of pipelines are being laid from Mirabel to Tivoli. Site supervisor Kishana Joseph is ensuring that her fellow workers have the tools needed for the job and understand what has to happen daily.
So on a normal basis, I will normally read through the plan, direct the guys in regards to the lane of the pipe, what they can do and what they cannot do, different guidelines along the way.
Yes,
so I have not had any discrimination, as you would say, in regards to passing orders. They've been listening, they've been listening, they've been everything relies on you. Anything happens, always come back on you.
From their experience of working on site, these young women are encouraging other young women who may have a passion for the construction field to get involved.
Come on,
as there are many jobs one can do within the sector. The clarion call: do not see the job as dirty work and solely for men.
Facts. I mean, come on.
I would advise young ladies to get involved in construction because basically the norm in Grenada is like females not fit enough to do construction work.
But then, I mean, when we telling them what to do and they have to do it.
We cannot do construction work, so I would advise young ladies to just join the field, and they would feel that loving experience that I am feeling now and learning. It is a very good opportunity for them.
But I would advise them to go for what you want. Usually, as you said, they will say this field is a male-dominated field. Just once you enjoy, do what you're doing, you just go out and do it, and don't let anything stop you.
Nah, man.
For both Kashana and Danielle, they are working towards further increasing their knowledge and skills in the field.
I would like to go on for my studies sometime, but often I'm just getting
Pass
experience.
more instructions
I would like to be
again?
a project manager someday.
So I see myself advancing to the project manager level, whereby, you know, you have people like myself now reporting to me. And it's not really just about title or career, but I believe that I am capable of reaching that level.
Yeah, because look at my
I don't want
balls.
to stay
Look
a
how long
site
my balls is.
forever.
Another career that is emerging is that of a Geographic Information System, GIS technician.
Oh my gosh, this is so
GIS is a system that creates, manages, analyzes, and maps all types of data. In other words, GIS connects data to a map, integrating location data with all types of descriptive information. GIS mapping is included within the
Yeah, them
GIS
man and them
project
doesn't give
in the
proper
area of leak
instructions,
detection. This
Them
is
man and them
geared at
doesn't give
improving
proper
water
instructions.
efficiency and
So you
reducing
get
water
some females
losses
to
in
do it.
NOAA's system.
Oy,
Data
oy.
analyst at NOAA's non-revenue
us.
water unit, NRW,
Help
Misha
us.
Maxwin, says
man and
her
them
switch
don't know
from the
work.
billing department
It's we
to
that want work.
dissecting the data collected by
Oh,
the
Lord, help
GIS
us.
technicians is eye-opening.
Oh, yes.
So
Oh,
NRW,
yes.
it's a unit in NOAA
yes.
that deals with non-revenue water, right? In terms of leakage and stuff, we monitor that. We try to minimize our non-revenue water as much as possible. So that's why we would have our meters. We would read them on a weekly basis to determine, you know, if there's any leaks or so. So that is what we deal with, you know, trying to capture non-revenue water. We don't want our water to be wasting because it's revenue going down the drain. So this unit is responsible to minimize as much as possible on the non-revenue water. My day is a lot of figures. Running reports, trying to get figures, analyzing, you know, data, which is taxing, but I'm enjoying it thus far. For me, it's new. We learn to appreciate the technical side of NOAA, and you know, we learn to appreciate person's job when we kind of get involved a little, you know, to understand what it is that they do on a daily basis.
Since joining the NRW unit, Nisha says she's enjoying the experience and is urging young women to get involved in non-traditional career fields.
Young women could get into any field that they desire. Right now, women are not limited as before. It's a good opportunity because sometimes I would go out in the field as well. And you learn to appreciate the technical side of the organization, which is, to me, I'm just loving it. It's a job. I mean, I'm just loving the opportunities and stuff. And I would encourage any young person, because we're not limited as before, they can pursue any career that they desire.
Infrastructure enhancement is
You're not
important,
limited as before.
but also equally important
What
is
is it?
ensuring that a reliable and clean water supply is provided to citizens.
Standardize nothing again.
Thus, the work of the
We have
lab
no
technicians at
professionalism.
NOAA is critical in testing the quality of water distributed. Kendra Gibbs is the lone female in the team ensuring regular testing at different points across the country.
So a typical day starts with sterilization of apparatus from the previous day's work of testing, then calibration of instruments for field testing and laboratory testing, after which we'll go to the field and we'll collect water samples from various distribution points around various parts of the island. Upon return from the field, we would do microbiological testing on those water samples. At the end of that testing, an incubation period of about 24 hours commences, and at the end of that incubation period, the results are analyzed and reports are done. Other key tasks includes testing for pH, alkalinity, chlorine values, turbidity. This field is predominantly occupied by men. However, I am the only female at the laboratory, and I can say that from first-hand experience, through proper training and acquiring the knowledge that's specific for this field,
women can make an impactful contribution to the field. So for women that's interested, who are interested in getting into those non-traditional fields, I would tell them, go for it. And with the proper training in that field, and if they acquire the knowledge required, they too can make meaningful contributions.
The inclusion of women in these sectors not only diversifies the workforce, but also strengthens their capacity to tackle challenges with fresh perspectives and innovative solutions. Through their hands-on experience, these women have gained a deeper appreciation for the hard work and dedication required to providing clean, reliable drinking water. They are now passionate advocates, encouraging everyone to conserve this vital resource and supports efforts in building a climate-resilient future for Grenada.
What's next on the DJ train?
Water is life, and Ingrid
can't be going on and on with water. So Jed, what is all you're seeing, Jed? I don't understand, Jed. That's it. Let's go do something that I want to do. I want to listen to some rap battles. Let's try and get some rap battles right quick. Let's get some global news before we
Bonjour à tous.
Hello, everyone. I would like to welcome all the young people from the 13 regions who are in the room and those who have not been able to access the room. To all the young people from Africa, to accompany the youth, welcome to the land of integral men. I would like to pay a vibrant tribute to our strong security and defense forces who fight day and night for Burkina Faso to be and remain beautiful. I would like us to take a minute to pray for those who are on the ground and also for the rest of the souls of those who have fallen for our country.
Je vous remercie.
Thank you. Thank you. Let us give thanks to God for allowing us to be here today to celebrate the International Youth Day in good health. I say this very often because human beings often forget God when they have no problem, when they are in happiness. But when worries come, this is when we remember God. Give thanks every day for the breath of life and for health. Youth from Burkina Faso, youth from Africa, youth, this phase of life where we have enough strength, enough energy, like the paraphrase, the slammer that has just passed. Youth is the time when we have spent enough time. We must take advantage of the time we have been given. Use the energy necessary to reach our goals, to change the world, to change our world, to change the world of others positively. Children want to grow up to be young. Older people want to grow up to be young. Everyone wants to be young. Youth is a blessing.
pour faire œuvre utile.
So take advantage of youth to do useful work.
Pourquoi quand je vois dans le thème choisi,
This is why when I see in the chosen theme, the first two words that come to mind,
intégration,
integration, security.
L'Afrique fait face à de nombreux défis.
Africa faces many challenges,
Et on doit se poser des questions.
and we must ask
La
ourselves
jeunesse est-elle
questions.
un atout ou un handicap pour le développement des nations?
Is youth an asset or a handicap for the development of nations?
Et vous la savez. Les pays
The
développés
answer is simple and unequivocal, and you know it. Developed countries mostly have an aging population, and currently many countries have launched programs to rejuvenate their populations.
L'Afrique a cette chance.
Africa has this chance to have a very young population,
Mais pourquoi l'Afrique n'est-elle pas développée?
but why is Africa not developed?
Nous devrions donc nous pencher sur la question de comprendre pourquoi l'Afrique
We must therefore look at the question of why Africa has a young population and why it is not developed, and why developed countries seek to rejuvenate their populations.
Il faut que nous arrivions donc à transformer notre jeunesse en un véritable atout et un moteur.
We must transform our youth into a real asset and engine of development for our continent.
Pour ce faire, nous avons
To do this, we need integration.
d'intégration. Nous avons besoin de sécurité.
We need security and development. We need to unite.
Certes, vous entendrez parler de
You
l'Union.
will hear about the African Union.
Oui, elle existe. Mais quelle
Yes, it exists, but what is the effect of the African Union?
Nous ne pourrons pas parler d'intégration dans le thème
We cannot talk about integration and not talk about the African Union,
cette organisation qui devrait nous unir.
because it is this organization that should unite us,
Mais nous sommes au
create
regret
real
de
integration.
voir ces guerres qui persistent sur le continent africain.
But we regret to see this war that persists on the African continent, that kills millions of young people,
Et à la tête d'États pourvus d'armées.
and that this organization, which has the head of state provided with an army, cannot organize itself to support certain countries.
N'est pas juste un mot.
The Union is not just a word, the Union is a symbol.
Et nous jeunes devrions apprendre le
And we young people should learn from this situation
pour faire de l'intégration une réalité.
to unite us to make integration a reality.
Désagréablement surpris lorsque l'Éthiopie, qui abrite donc
I was unpleasantly surprised when Ethiopia, which is the seat of the African Union,
et quand j'ai vu le Premier ministre se mettre en tri,
experienced a conflict, and when the Prime Minister announced to close the university in Addis Ababa to face the threat,
l'action de l'Union africaine.
I did not see the action of the African Union to protect this seat.
Occidentaux pour la plupart. Voyaient Addis
Western states, for the most part, saw Addis Ababa fall, fold their backpacks, and leave.
L'Éthiopie s'est battue, a trouvé une solution
Ethiopia fought, found an internal solution, and lives more or less in peace today.
Les enfants du Congo meurent.
The children of Congo have been dying for years.
Plusieurs autres conflits, tels au Soudan.
Several other conflicts, such as in Sudan, exist on the continent.
Nous aurions aimé voir l'Union africaine générer
We would have liked to see the African Union generate the strength and all the strategies necessary to support its states so that they can find peace.
Nous ne viendrons même pas parler de nous ici au Sahel.
We will not even talk about us here in the Sahel.
Près de 10 ans,
For nearly 10 years, the Sahel has been the scene of international terrorism.
mais nous ne voyons aucun soutien.
But we see no support from these organizations to find a solution to this problem.
Pire, il y a quelques jours de cela, un pays
Worse, a few
étranger
days ago, a foreign country in Africa openly announced that it had supported and participated
soutenu et participé à une attaque lâche
in a cowardly, terrorist, and barbaric attack against the forces of our confederation.
L'Union africaine n'a pipé aucun mot pour condamner.
The African Union did not say a word to condemn this interference.
L'Union africaine n'a
The African Union did not say a word to condemn this interference of a foreign state in Africa in the internal affairs of our states.
de nos États.
I would like them to hear this shout and get out of their silence and take action so that the youth can believe in the African Union. We must unite. The only way to unite is to talk to each other, to understand each other, and to be able to establish the basis of this unity. Young people, let me tell you that to unite, there are three words, three big screws that we must ban from our behavior and our lives. I am talking about cowardice, treachery, and incompetence. We must ban these three words from our way of life. I am going to explain why. Cowardice covers many screws. A coward is always afraid. And when we are afraid, we become slaves. We bend. We lick our boots. Our ancestors were not cowardly. And if we are cowardly, our children will ask us questions. Imagine that in Burkina Faso we refuse to fight and we accept to submit, to live in slavery. Tomorrow our children will grow up and they will ask themselves questions. Have our parents been cowardly to leave us in slavery? Whether we are alive or dead, we will feel it. Cowardice is afraid, and the imperialists have understood that they are trying to scare the leaders so that they become cowards. Because when you are a coward, all the other screws can be born. We do everything so that we are afraid. They come to our palaces. They threaten us directly or with veiled threats. Of course, we respond as it is necessary. They try to make us understand. They take examples every time. They tell us, you know, Thomas Sankara tried to do this, but he is dead. President Haitian tried to do this, but he is dead. Gaddafi tried to do this, but he is dead. These are words that we take in a veiled way to scare us. And we often see some young people trying to take our path in a different way. We can hear them say, such and such person ruled like this, he is in his country. Such and such person ruled like this, he is in prison. All this to try to scare us so that we become cowards. But I think they didn't understand one thing. When we say country or death, we win. It's not just a sentence. It's not just a sentence. It all makes sense. We are not afraid and we will never be afraid.
Ils ont fait peur sûrement à beaucoup de chefs d'État africains.
They probably scared a lot of African heads of state. They probably scared a lot of African heads of state. You see, often when we express ourselves or when we have the opportunity to be in certain situations abroad, we often say something to call on African heads of state to wake up and take care of our youth so that we can start our real development. We are often misunderstood. Some have publicly opposed us. Some have publicly opposed us because they feel indexed. But I can assure you, youth, that when we find ourselves in the corridors, these same heads of state tell us that we are on the right track and that this is what needs to be done so that Africa can rise again. So we ask them questions like, why don't you do like us? Why don't you support us? Some tell us that they have the means, and some tell us that they can't. Dear elders, African heads of state, at the end of this podium, I would like to say that African peoples are the most peaceful, that African peoples are the most peaceful. When you recognize a wrong, you have to tell the people. When you recognize a wrong, you have to tell the people. We are not afraid to come out and tell the people we are sorry. We have been compromised. We have been mistreated. We have been compromised by several things, and we ask for forgiveness, and we come back on the right path and to start working really for the independence of our states and our emancipation. And I think it is possible. If we remain in this posture of fear, we will be cowardly and history will judge us. Our children will ask questions. Our grandchildren will ask questions. We are writing history. There is no place for cowardice. If our ancestors had been cowardly, we would not be here. Do you remember? I will give you an example of the people of Bamileke and Bassa. I want to talk about the Cameroonians, the union of the population of Cameroon, which since the 1950s has started a relentless fight against the Poles, but they have been massacred. The French colonial armies, in turn, have dispatched infantry battalions, tanks, helicopters, have annihilated anti-village. The most inhuman tortures have taken place during this period. You can do research on what they call the cart or the Bakasima. Hundreds of thousands of people have been decimated in Africa because they dared to ask their settlers to leave their land. A civil war that lasted several years. That is to say that people dared to face the imperialists with their bare hands so that we could be here. There is no reason why we cannot face the imperialists so that our future generations can live. There are many examples throughout Africa of brave men who refused to be cowardly, who fought, who faced. Well, let us be worthy of these people. We are their descendants, and let us be worthy of them. A coward cannot be worthy. Let us not be cowards, young Africans, because a coward is always a traitor. And it goes hand in hand. They will try to frighten us so that we become cowards. And if we are cowards, we will betray. We must ban the treachery of our habits. Africans have been traitors so that the slave trade succeeds in Africa. It is because Africans have been traitors that colonization has been able to sustain in Africa. Let us question history. We will see. Lumumba, Patrice Lumumba, was betrayed because he dared to hold his head. And these same beautiful televisions came to the Congo for a few bids extended to individuals in the Congo for an interview to please their population. And you were able to follow that. Lumumba bothered us. He is dead. We are happy. It is treachery. Many other heroes have fallen so that we are here today. And it is a technique of imperialism to frighten others by taking action to really create terror. It has not started today. I will give you the example of a warrior who fought. Victor Biakaboda.
Lisez, vous comprendrez. Il est issu d'une famille de chefs.
Read it and you will understand. He came from a family of chiefs. No chiefdom given by the colonizer. He was a worthy child. He studied in Senegal, I believe. He became a doctor in Guinea. And when the RDA was created, he went to the Ivory Coast region to fight against imperialists, against invaders, against the colonizer. He tried to organize the Ivorian society. Everywhere, people began to speak up. There was a general in his time, Pichu, who massacred the Ivorian population so that this spirit of freedom could never germinate. He continued his fight alongside E08 Lix Houphouët-Boigny. They fought, but the most violent was Victor Biakaboda. He represented a threat to the imperialists. What did he do? In addition to massacring the people who demonstrated, one night they killed him in an atrocious way next to Bois-Flancy. A few hours later, when the people of Dimbakro heard the murder, they marched, they demonstrated. They were massacred by the colonial army. History was killed, the facts are there. After his death, which scared FOC Lix Houphouët-Boigny, they called him and told him, if you continue the fight, you will meet the same fate. He was afraid and he joined imperialism. He was appointed minister in France and later he came to take the reins of the Ivorian Accord. They used him to eliminate many other people who dared to raise their voices. I think Thomas Sankara is a good example. If you are afraid, you will be cowardly and you will be a traitor. Never be afraid. The fight must continue. There are many other examples around the world. And there is this phenomenon that they have also used for a long time and that they continue to use. You see, some individuals, for example, have found themselves in other countries and created a so-called parallel government to the Malian government. You have heard this story. It is a technique that has existed for a long time. I will give you the example of Ahmed Chalabi, Iraq. This math teacher, who was even in the Iraqi government, was recaptured by the imperialists, and he formed this semblance of parallel government in Iraq, in the United States. And he was used to be the sheep of sacrifice, because it was to him that it was said that Saddam Hussein was developing weapons of mass destruction, and he did it. They used him, and this Talibi was used to kill millions of children in Iraq and destroy Iraq. And do you know what was the fate of Chalabi? One evening after an interview, he said that he knew that the CIA was on his back. A few hours later, he was found dead in his bed, dead of a heart attack. If you betray, you will have macabre endings. That's how it is. Imperialism has no friends. Imperialism uses you. And when it finishes using you, it does what it wants with you. Follow my gaze. You understand what I'm talking about. It has always been like this. The third vice that I invite you to leave is incompetence. I'm coming back to the word of the Islamist who walked on my tongue. Incompetence. You understand what I'm talking about. Incompetence is a very dangerous phenomenon that they use to destroy African society. In our administrations, there is a lot of incompetence. Let's recognize it. Incompetence have a lot of space next to imperialism. Because incompetence can take over the development of a country. Incompetence can lead you to doubt yourself. Incompetents love ease. Incompetents love everything for themselves. Incompetents don't like those who are competent. They don't like those who innovate, those who seek.
Greed era versus the green era. Guess which one is pushing that? The greed era, pushing the incompetence era. Trying to say this one is incompetent, this one is incompetent, when them are the incompetence. And that warish, that is very warish.
Incompetence are dangerous. When you are enlightened, incompetence don't like you.
Facts.
When you want to innovate, incompetence don't like you.
Facts.
Incompetence only recognize those who are competent, and they will fight him until his last breath. Because he is afraid of those who are competent. Seek knowledge and work. Work hard to be competent. Ban incompetence. Because through distractions that we want to make us adopt, we become incompetent. I'll give you an example. Social networks are the places where information is published today. People are informed through the internet. A young man who publishes an article on his farm or an agricultural project or a scientific project may not have 1,000 views. But a young man who publishes on futility has millions of views. As the young slammer said, we want to waste your time on futility. Be aware. Let's focus on work and seek knowledge. Let's seek competence. It's good to be distracted, but we must work first before being distracted. Seek knowledge, otherwise you'll waste your time doing nothing.
Cherchez la connaissance, sinon vous perdrez du temps à ne rien faire. Et la jeunesse,
youth is the time when you must use your time wisely.
Exploiter son temps à bon escient. Les impérialistes le savent.
The imperialists know this.
Ils vont multiplier tout ce qui est événement de distraction. Ils vont multiplier tout ce qui est.
That's why they multiply all events of distraction. They multiply all events that can distract you from work so that you become incompetent. When you fall asleep, you choose the incompetent to lead the important structures. You have no choice but to fold. Let's not be incompetent. Let's seek knowledge. Incompetents often hide behind words. They use the terms democracy and freedom without realizing what they mean. Democracy is a state of mind as much as youth is a state of mind. Whether you're a Democrat or not, how can you impose democracy by killing millions of people? It's a dictatorship, not democracy. You can't impose it. Those who call themselves Democrats have seen scenes where people were prevented from joining assemblies. We've seen scenes where forces landed in assemblies to force deputies to take texts. We've seen more terrible scenes where people kill their demonstrators. But they call themselves Democrats, and we're called Perseus. If that's democracy, I repeat, we don't want this democracy. And when you see incompetence, they don't seek to know what the real meaning of the word democracy is. They cling to the definition given to them by imperialism and start talking about democracy without really knowing the basics. That's incompetence. You have to know, look at the world to redefine democracy as we want it in Africa.
Les incompétents se cachent derrière les libertés.
Incompetence hides behind freedom. Remember, there is no individual freedom. It's a fact.
C'est un fait.
Do you really think everyone is free? Freedom is collective. As long as we live in a society with rules, freedom is collective.
Avec des règles, la liberté est collective. Parce que si vous ne respectez pas les règles,
because if you don't respect the rules, you can't live in society.
Si vous êtes libre de parler comme
if you're free to speak as you please, the other is free to answer as he pleases. That would be disorder.
Ça sera du désordre. Si vous êtes libre,
if you're free to walk the streets and pass traffic lights as you please, the other is free to pass by and hit you. You understand that if individual freedom takes over, we are in a society of disorder. That's why there are rules in society. And everyone has to respect the rules. That's why we're talking about collective freedom. Some people have the right to speak about their individual freedom, but they don't care about others. I think that's also part of incompetence. Because they don't try to understand. They make up the rights given by the states to serve and do everything for themselves, neglecting the freedom of others. No, freedom is collective. Before we act, we think about the freedom of others, and we shouldn't transcend the freedom of others. So we need to have a reserve. And once we have a reserve, individual freedom doesn't exist. Freedom is collective, and we need to have this culture of collective freedom. So let's seek knowledge, let's read, let's interrogate history. Don't read the history they wrote in their favor.
Cherchez la connaissance à travers plusieurs sources et vous comprendrez.
Seek knowledge through several sources, and you will understand in history who fought for Africa, how we must fight to continue this struggle of our ancestors.
Et je ne terminerai pas mes propos sans faire.
And I won't finish my words without making a statement about communication.
Parce que comme je le dis, c'est l'arme fatale de l'impérialisme.
Because, as I said, it's the fatal weapon of imperialism. And you young people, you must do everything to distinguish the true from the false. We will continue to dismantle the lies of imperialist media that always try to create problems in Africa. Because these media, through their mouths, can make you a king tomorrow. Through their mouths, they can make you leave your position as king and make you a poor slave tomorrow. Pay attention.
Je suivais une émission, malheureusement, il n'y a pas longtemps, burkinabé, où un jeune journaliste.
I was following a program, unfortunately not long ago, in Burkina Faso, where a young journalist released a sentence that left me a little perplexed.
Il meurt de faim en Corée du Nord. A-t-il pris le soin d'aller en Corée du Nord enquêter pour voir vraiment s'il meurt de faim?
He was talking about North Korea, and the journalist said, but he is starving in North Korea. Has he taken care of going to North Korea to investigate to see if he is really starving? Since imperialist media have sold North Korea is more developed than many European countries. And because these media tell us that North Korea is a dictatorship, people are starving, they are poor, they have nothing, we take it here. But North Korea is a nuclear power. How did they do it? Let's pay attention to communication. We must not blindly follow these lying media that only try to divide Africa. It is logical. They fight for the interests of their people. And the interest of their people is that Africa is divided. So, young people of Burkina Faso, young people of Africa, we must unite. We must ban cowardice. We must ban incompetence. We must ban treachery and all the risks in our society.
Et je vous invite à repartir encore lire.
We have the opportunity to speak. We thank God for these opportunities that we have each time to speak, to raise awareness. And I invite you to spread the word, to get to work so that the Africa that we want, self-sufficient in terms of food, is a reality. So that the Africa that we want for harmonious development is a reality. Let me finish because I return to your theme. There is no peace and security without development. The two go hand in hand. If there is no development, there is no security. Because if there is no development, the youth will inevitably find themselves in the vice and there will be no security. If there is no security, there is no development. So the two must go hand in hand. Let's integrate this in our fights so that we can fight and develop. Let's go towards production. Let's produce enough. Let's transform our raw materials so that they are beneficial for our populations and in terms of exportation. I wish you a very good day of reflection on the chosen theme and also on the essential role of youth in this fight. Good luck to all. May God make sure that all those who have made the trip return home in good health and that we can meet again when we wish it by the grace of God. La patrie ou la mort. Thank you.
Hi guys, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. I'm B-Boy. Remember, if it is the first time you're coming across my video, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share. Okay guys, I really hope you have watched and listened to the full clip. President Ibrahim Traoré, the president of Burkina Faso, he has really came out and is really talking about democracy, and he has really defended a lot of Caribbean countries and he has really defended African countries. He has really came out and said that if a country want to develop, one thing they should stop is corruption. We all know corruption is not a new thing to a lot of countries, especially in Africa and Caribbean. Corruption is everywhere, and we have all seen when President Ibrahim Traoré came into a seat or became the president of Burkina Faso. We have all seen how Burkina Faso has really developed. A lot of people really love Ibrahim Traoré and they trust him a lot. This is the reason why Burkina Faso is improving, it's developing, and it will soon come African top 1 developed country. Earlier on, we all believed that Burkina Faso was among of the poorest countries in Africa, but Ibrahim Traoré came out and he removed all the corruption system, he removed all corrupt government or all corrupt members in the government, and we have all seen how it's developing. And he has really came out and he has really defended a lot of African countries. He has said one thing: we should unite together as one. African countries should unite together as one. Caribbean countries should unite together as one, so that at least we can sort out all the things that are really affecting us. In Africa, there's a lot of unemployment rate in a lot of countries. This is the reason why maybe you can find there's a big gap between the poor and the rich. There is a very big gap between the poor and the rich, and President Ibrahim Traoré is really trying to change this narrative whereby there is a lot of maybe poor people in Africa and they are really trying and they are really struggling because of unemployment rate. The unemployment rate in Africa is very high. A lot of youth, maybe you can go and study. When you finish school, without any connection, you can't access to any job. Without any connection, you can't be able to do anything. That's why we have seen a lot of people, or a lot of African people and Caribbean people, they are going to these Western countries to seek for greener pastures. They are going to these Western countries so that at least they know if they go there they can work or they can never lack any job. But again, for you to go to these Western countries, you have to have a lot of connection. Visa nowadays, it's hard to find it, and they are very charging it at a very expensive price. So if you have to go to these places, you have to really struggle a lot. It's only for the chosen few. And we have all seen earlier on, Donald Trump really came out and said that he will take out all the immigrants that are in United States. And this is the reason why a lot of people are really asking themselves, where can they go? Because a lot of people really believe in United States. It's a place whereby if you go, you can get any job you want. If you go to United States, you can work for like 3 jobs, but it's very hard to find a visa. And Ibrahim Traore just want a lot of people or a lot of African leaders to stop being corrupt, African leaders to do what is right for the people who chosen them. We all know these leaders come and they ask you, when it's time for election, they will really seduce you, they give you any amount you want. But when you elect them, they forget everything. Even some leaders, they flew away from their own countries. They go to these Western countries. They live there, they forget their own people who are really suffering. They forget to work on education system, they forget to work on hospital system. And this is the reason why we want better leaders. This is the reason we want good leaders, so that at least they can know and understand the will and the right of the people. They can know and fight for the people's right. They can be able to provide employment rate for the people, because a lot of people are really struggling, and it's all because of maybe corrupt government system. It's all because of bad leaders and greedy leaders. But soon, I think we shall be free. African will be free, Caribbean will be free from all this. And it's really high time we unite together as black people. We create some foundation that can really help us, so that at least we can achieve our goals. We should invest in our own countries. Our leaders should make sure they invest in our own countries. Us, we should also invest in our own countries, so that at least we can live a better tomorrow. At least our children can have a better tomorrow. We should fight for our freedom. We should fight for what we want, to remove all the colonial system in our country. We have all seen some white people come to our country, they really invest a lot. They really use our resources. We all know African Caribbean, they are a very rich country, but we don't know how to use our resources very well. They come to our countries, they use our resources, and we just remain to be poor. But as soon as we elect better leaders, the leaders that know what we really want, Africa will be a better place, Caribbean will be a better place for everyone. So guys, if it was for the first time you're coming across my video, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to share for more clips. Let's do what is right, and let us elect better leaders for a better tomorrow. Thank you so much for your time. May God bless you.
And it's that.
2 years ago, President Traore of Burkina Faso made a profound statement. He said, "Soon the factories will rise." This word of prophecy is now being fulfilled in Burkina Faso. Just last month, we celebrated Burkina Faso's first tomato factory. And now, we are celebrating the rise of another factory, the Burkinabe Gold Factory. Now, not only has Traore launched a gold factory, but the factory is now operational and has produced Burkina Faso's first locally made gold bars. What a remarkable achievement. How many African countries blessed with gold resources can boast of this? But how did Traore achieve this? Let's find out. If you have been following Ibrahim Traore from day one, you would notice that one thing he values above everything else is the sovereignty and complete independence of his country. And since he assumed power, he has taken several actions to place Burkina Faso on the path of complete independence. Aside from kicking out French troops and ending military cooperation with its former colonial master France, thereby granting military sovereignty to Burkina Faso, Captain Traore has also strived to ensure that Burkina Faso has monetary and economic sovereignty. This is why on January 23, 2024, Captain Traore, the president of Burkina Faso, inaugurated the first waste processing plant for mining residues. This marked a significant development in the management of mining byproducts and aimed to create a value chain that generates opportunities around its extractive industry. The inauguration of the facility in the Kosoto industrial zone, just east of the capital Ouagadougou, was attended by President Traore. During the ceremony, Traore proudly stated that the machines to process the mines were entirely constructed in Burkina Faso, emphasizing the nation's ingenuity. In his own words, "I can confirm without fear of contradiction that Burkina Faso is the second country in Africa to develop this technology." He commended what he called the Burkinabe Revolution behind this technological achievement during the inauguration of the mining waste processing facility. President Traoré also added that the opening of the factory was all part of his plan to have Burkina Faso manage its own resources. He then invited other African states to bring their own mining waste to Burkina Faso because we have the technology to process. According to Joachim Marie Emmanuel Tapsoba, Chief Executive Officer of Golden Hand, the company that operates the plant to extract metals from the residues, local experts were the ones who developed the plant to process residue from the country's gold mines. He also stated that the establishment of the plant is designed to allow Burkina Faso to process on-site and have full control of the waste. According to reliable sources, the waste plant will be 40% owned by the state and 60% owned by the company Golden Hand South Africa. Facing the media and speaking regarding the waste plant, the Burkinabe Minister of Mines expressed his satisfaction, stating that our country has clearly decided to assert itself and fully assume its sovereignty in all areas, with a particular emphasis on the mining sector. It has therefore become an urgent necessity to find endogenous ways and means to recover, as much as possible, the metals contained in mining residues. Before we proceed, here is a reminder to like this video, drop a comment, and subscribe to our channel so that you can get more videos like this. Now, 1 year after the inauguration of the plant, the Burkinabe waste plant, Golden Hand, has now produced the country's first gold bars. The gold bars were produced from processing mining residues known as fine coal, previously abandoned at the S04 mine. Fine coal is the leftover material after the extraction of gold, which still contains a considerable amount of gold. The Burkinabe waste plant was able to process the fine coal to produce about 44 gold bars weighing 93.197 kilograms, which was handed to the Economy Ministry. The Burkinabe Prime Minister Emmanuel Ouedraogo accepted the bars on behalf of interim leader Ibrahim Traoré in Ouagadougou, the country's capital. Speaking at the event, the Burkinabe Prime Minister Ouedraogo stated that the outcome exemplifies the government's vision of fostering wealth creation through local mining expertise, ensuring what he termed endogenous and sustainable socio-economic development. He added that there are plans to process more than 298 additional tons of residue to further bolster the gold reserves. In outlining strategic shift, the Prime Minister stressed that fine coal from Burkina Faso would no longer be processed abroad. Joachim Marie Emmanuel Tapsoba, the General Director of Golden Hand SA, explained that the extraction of gold from these remnants uses environmentally friendly, cutting-edge technologies. He stressed that the delivery of this initial batch reflects the government's dedication to serving the people. What remarkable news! But what is the implication of the Burkinabe mining waste facility? Right now, each of the 44 gold bars carries the official seal of Burkina Faso, signifying a symbol of economic independence and national pride. The gold bars have been stored in a secured facility, and with more production of gold bars, Burkina Faso will have enough gold to back its economy. By holding gold reserves, Burkina Faso can hedge its economy against external monetary influence, especially from the CFA franc. Now, if you can recall, there have been talks by the AES countries about creating a new currency to displace the CFA franc, which is a colonial relic. Although not much has been said about the currency, we speculate that Burkina Faso is preparing itself for a transition to a new currency by accumulating gold bars. You see, under French influence, Burkina Faso and the other countries didn't even have their own central banks. France made it in such a way that they had to depend on the Central Bank of West Africa, which everyone knows is simply an extension of the Bank of France. And let's not forget that Burkina Faso and Francophone countries are required to keep half of their reserves in French banking institutions. However, as we stated earlier, President Traoré is determined to liberate his country and his people from the influence of France over its monetary system, and this is why he recently established Burkina Faso's very own Treasury Deposit Bank. This was why Traoré officially inaugurated Burkina Faso's Treasury Deposit Bank last year, at its headquarters within the public treasury in Koulouba. The establishment of this treasury bank is a bold move that signifies that the country is on a path to reclaiming its monetary sovereignty. By creating this bank, Burkina Faso will no longer have to depend on the Central Bank of West African State, which is a colonial relic, to store its reserves or regulate its monetary and financial system. With this treasury deposit, Burkina Faso will no longer have to deposit 50% of its reserves in a French bank. The Treasury Bank is designed to provide accessible banking services to all citizens with a network extending through regional, provincial, and departmental treasuries to ensure that everyone, regardless of location, can access these services. But that's not all. The Treasury Deposit Bank will also cater to a wider range of clients, including public institutions, state companies, local authorities, international organizations, NGOs, and private businesses. Its primary mission will be to manage the banking functions of the public treasury, offering services like account management, resources collection, and transaction processing. In addition, the Treasury Deposit Bank will introduce digital payment methods and develop innovative banking services to meet the evolving needs of its customers. The fact is that the establishment of the Treasury Deposit Bank empowers Burkina Faso to conduct financial transactions independently, bypassing the need to go through the Central Bank of West African State, thereby eliminating any potential interference from France. Depending on the Central Bank of West African States has allowed European countries such as France, which lacked gold mines, to accumulate gold reserves which were plundered from African countries with gold through European gold mining companies. These foreign companies extract vast amounts of gold from Burkina Faso and other African countries blessed with gold resources at a very cheap cost, and without giving back to these countries, not even in terms of tax revenues. This is the reason why Captain Traoré has taken the initiative to reclaim control over Burkina Faso's gold. A waste mining facility is one way Traoré has reclaimed control over Burkina Faso's gold. Now that the facility is in operation, Burkina Faso will be able to store the gold in its Treasury Deposit Bank. This is remarkable. But what other steps has Traoré taken to reclaim his country's gold? Well, as you know, Burkina Faso is currently ranked among the top gold-producing countries in Africa. Not surprisingly, gold is the country's leading export product, accounting for 37% of total exports as of 2020. Gold mining is also the country's main source of employment. Of all the gold industrially produced in Burkina Faso, artisanal constitutes half of it, with about 1 million people involved in artisanal gold production. However, like most African countries, Burkina Faso was not in control of its gold resource for the longest time. The Burkinabe gold industry has been dominated by Western gold mining corporations such as London-listed Endeavour Mining, Australia-based West African Resources, Russia's Nordgold, and Canada's Orezone Gold Corporation. It has also been dominated by jihadists who use the proceeds from mining to fund their acts of terrorism. Artisanal mining has made it easy for terrorists and jihadists to take control of several gold mines which they use in fueling terrorism in Burkina Faso. As Captain Traoré stated in 2022, a lot of gold leaves Burkina fraudulently, and this moreover helps to fuel terrorism. The ongoing terrorism has in turn led to the closure of 4 industrial mines and the abandonment of nearly 700 gold panning sites in 2022, which has also led to a reduction in the total output of gold produced in recent times. As a result of all this, Traoré decided to take a series of steps that would deal with the two problems. First, he banned the export of gold in 2023. On Wednesday, 21st of February 2024, Burkina Faso's newly appointed mines minister, Yacouba Zabre, announced that the country has suspended exports of gold and other precious metals by artisanal mining in a bid to better organize the mining sector. This suspension is with immediate effect, and it follows the need to clean up the sector and reflects the government's desire to better organize the marketing of gold and other precious substances. The mines minister didn't say how long the suspension would last, but added that groups who have material to export are invited to reach out to the National Society for Precious Commodities, SONAP, for compensation. This decision by the military government of Burkina Faso is in line with similar decisions made by other African countries such as Zimbabwe and Namibia, which placed a ban on the export of unprocessed minerals, including lithium. By suspending the export of gold, Traoré aimed at cutting a major source of funds for terrorists in the country and addressing the challenges faced by the mining sector and enhancing its contribution to the country's economic development? Secondly, Traoré launched the construction of Burkina Faso's gold refinery in November 2023. Ismail Sibi, CEO of the refinery's co-managing company Morena Gold, noted that the refinery is designed with a daily production capacity of around 400 kilograms of gold, underscoring the nation's commitment to optimizing its primary mineral resource. According to Sibyl, the first 22-karat gold bars would leave the refinery in 11 months and have the capacity to create 100 direct jobs and 5,000 indirect jobs. During the launch of the refinery, Captain Traoré stated that there's no longer any question of us taking our gold abroad for refining. We'll refine it on site because we know the real content of the raw gold that comes out. That's very important. The refinery, which is developed in partnership with Morena Gold, a local company, will house a jewelry store and the future headquarters of the Société Nationale des Substances, which oversees the project on behalf of its state. Following the launch, the military government replaced Simon Pierre Roussine, who had been the mines minister with Yakubu Zabri in December of the same year. Thirdly, the government introduced in October 2023 a new gold sales royalty for gold prices above $1,500 per ounce, which marks a direct change from the previous flat 5% royalty that applied between $1,300 and $1,500 per ounce. Finally, to wrest control of the gold mine from terrorists, Traoré launched a massive military attack to take complete control of these gold mines. One such operation was carried out in the Djibo Greenstone Belt, located in northern Burkina Faso. This region is one of Burkina Faso's geological marvel of importance, characterized by its ancient rock formation and holds significant mineral resources, particularly gold. The presence of such mineral resources in the Djibo Greenstone Belt makes it a key area of interest for mining companies and investors, as well as a potential source of economic growth for Burkina Faso. Unfortunately, however, this region has been marred by persistent security challenges. Terrorist groups have exploited the gold resource in this region to fund their activities, creating a complex security environment. The illegal mining operation has not only deprived the state of valuable revenue, but has also contributed to environmental degradation and social unrest. The presence of terrorists has also led to frequent violent incidents, including attacks on mining sites, kidnapping of workers, and extortion of local businesses. This pervasive insecurity has created an environment of fear and instability, deterring legitimate mining companies from investing in the region. The security situation is further complicated by the region's rugged and remote terrain, which provides natural cover for terrorist activities. So, what did Traoré do? Under the leadership of Captain Traoré, the Burkina Faso military has launched a comprehensive military operation aimed at dismantling the terrorist network and restoring order. In recent times, the Djibo Greenstone Belt has been the focal point of intense military activity as the fight against terrorism hits new heights, both figuratively and literally. The Burkina Faso military forces have turned parts of the Sahel, including Safan, into a stronghold, making the operation particularly perilous. The airfield position strategically close to the combat zone continuously scans the landscape, providing crucial support to ground troops. In one particular operation, Battalions 4, 5, and 6 of the Burkina Faso forces secured the center of Commune 6, an area that has been under the control of terrorists since 2019, effectively making it a colony of armed groups. The reconquest of this region marks a significant milestone for Burkina Faso, because before the military took control, the area had been transformed into a haven for stolen heritage, where the local population faced the harsh choice between escape and compliance with terrorist demands. The Burkina Faso forces were cautious in their approach, and this approach of the commando units made them aware of potential traps set by the terrorists and ensured that perimeter control was established within incident, allowing for systematic searches by hidden weapons. To combat, multiple gunshots tested the reflex of the soldiers and their resilience as the military undertook a high-stakes operation against entrenched terrorist forces in the heart of Burkina Faso. The turning point in the battle came through coordinated efforts and advanced military tactics. The Burkina Faso forces, leveraging their strategic planning and modern technology, initiated strikes were instrumental in neutralizing enemy positions and providing real-time intelligence. These unmanned aerial vehicles scoured the landscape, identifying targets and delivering precise strikes that decimated terrorist positions. The drone's ability to strike from a distance with pinpoint accuracy minimized the risk to ground troops and maximized the impact of the enemy. The effect of these coordinated efforts and dry strikes led to significant enemy losses. The terrorists who had fortified their positions and were prepared for a prolonged engagement found themselves overwhelmed by the swift and decisive actions of the Burkina Faso forces. This operation is a testament to the transformation of the Burkinabe military forces under President Traoré. Since taking office, President Traoré has emphasized the importance of modernizing the military and enhancing its capabilities. This is why he made sure to outfit the military with the necessary defense equipment and training from external forces. The successful execution of this operation highlights the importance and impact of the reforms carried out by Traoré in the country's defense. By taking control of this region, Burkina Faso is now open to exploring the economic benefits that the Jibo Greenstone Belt can bring. Since this region is blessed with gold, it offers a substantial revenue stream for the country. Given that Burkina Faso now has its gold refinery, gold will be processed in the country before being exported, thereby creating a value chain and adding to its value. This will undoubtedly offer boundless benefits, such as leading to a dramatic increase in the country's GDP and enabling a wide range of developmental projects. In addition, the gold mining industry could generate thousands of jobs not just directly in mining operations,
Off. Well, now we're back on. Oh my gosh. If that was causing problems, I'm sorry. Because I only just noticed it. Only just noticed it. Let me try this and see. No? Let me try this and see. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Ba ba da ba ba dum. Ba ba da ba ba dum. Ba ba da ba ba dum. Ba ba da ba dum. Did it come on and cut off? You crazy camera. You crazy camera, I would slap you. You crazy camera, I would slap you. But anyway, guys, let's see I try again. Let's see I tried. See y'all in the next one. Peace and love. Thank you.